Hey, what's up? It's Matt in Japan, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm bringing you from the Transformers Kingdom War for Cybertron trilogy. This is Voyager class Inferno. Very happy to have this guy in hand, so let's take a quick look at the packaging. Up close and personal, we have Voyager class Inferno in the package, and let's take a look at the beautiful artwork. As always, you see him in his fire truck mode, looking really cool. And it does wrap around to show Inferno in his robot mode, so you get some nice detail there. Some really cool artwork. You see him spraying some water on the fire, as Inferno does. And you have that really nice artwork with the Ark crashed into the volcano up top. Again, not going to spend too much time on the packaging. Really, really cool. Loving this Kingdom artwork, as always. You have your product information on the bottom. You have your Kingdom logos and such on top. On the side, you have your Kingdom artwork with the authentic logo there. And on the back, we have our product shot. So there he is in robot mode. He converts in 17 steps to his fire truck mode. So let's get Inferno out of the packaging and see what he's all about. Alright, so here we have Voyager class Inferno out of the packaging. And before we get into the figure itself, just want to take a look at the card that he does come with. And I'm very excited that I got the Ark. Yeah, the Ark card. I don't have this one yet. I have a couple doubles of like Black Arachnia and things, but yeah, very happy to have this one. So there's that really nice artwork with the Ark there, and you have that sort of foil, sort of 3D, almost holographic finish on there. And let's peel back for the spoilers. If you don't want to spoil this, please skip forward. But here we go. I find this very, very cool and very interesting that we have a Decepticon logo at the top right. It says Ark with some Cybertronian writing. And if you look very closely, you can see a Decepticon symbol on the right part of the spaceship as it's crashing down to Earth. I found that very, very interesting. So that is, yeah, just have to wait and see on that. But very cool to have the Ark card. So very nice. And again, you have that Kingdom, the gold coin on the back. So let's take a look at his accessories. There are a few different accessories that he comes with that is different from Grapple. First and foremost, the gun that he does come with is exactly the same as Grapple's. I have Grapple's gun right here, and I will show that. And the top is Inferno's and the bottom is Grapple. So it's the exact same gun, so there's no difference there. So he does come with his gun. He also comes with this little accessory here that goes on the side of his head, which is a little sort of hose, I guess, and it's a little bit of sculpted detail there. And there's a little port here, and that does just plug in. We'll just put that on right now. There's a peg on the side of his head, and this just plugs in like that. So it acts as a extra water supply, I guess, extra hose there. So we'll put that on there. He also does come with the same piece as Grapple does, in which is his hose attachment. It is the exact same as Grapple's. On the left, you have Inferno, and on the right, you have Grapple. So they're both done in that nice shiny silver paint. And there is a notch cut out. And again, just like Grapple, on the back of Inferno, there is a peg on the side of the ladder here, which just clips on there. And of course, we can put it on his hand as well. But for now, let's just put it there for the storage. And there are two more accessories he does come with. And those are his hoses. So they are done in a sort of gray plastic. You did get some nice detail there. Looks very, very hose-like there. And there is a peg on the bottom, and that just pegs into the side of his leg. So that's a very cool attachment. That's something, again, they didn't really have to do, but they went the extra mile and did that. So there is some ports on the side of his leg. So those just plug in like so. So there's one on that side and another, another on this side. And so yeah, probably best to keep these on the figure itself so you don't lose them. So speaking of the figure himself, let's take a close look at that head sculpt. Now the head sculpt is totally new because it's a new character, and I think that head sculpt turned out really nice. You get some nice yellow paint there at the top. You get a nice silver crest at the top there. You get some nice silver paint on the face. There's some nice dark painted blue eyes there. Very, very cool. I love all the detail. Love the fact that they added these just like on the G1 figure. So yeah, a lot of nice detail. They did some paint, some silver paint on the lights up top here. Going down the front of the body, get some nice silver paint here. And again, for the most part, the whole mold is the same as Grapple, but there are a few little differences here. As you can see, there's some very similar molded detail. But overall, I think it came out really nice. And I love the fact that they, added the extra ladder piece. They redecoed that part, and I believe this some of these parts are different as well. We'll bring Grapple in here in a sec. But for now, I want to bring in G1 Grapple. This is a reissue. I have a reissue of Grapple. So, sorry, Inferno. I keep calling this guy Grapple. This is Inferno. Red Grapple. Sorry, I keep calling him Grapple. So, Inferno. This is the reissue of Inferno. And he's a little bit loose. His head doesn't stay. But just taking a look at that head sculpt from the G1 to the Kingdom figure, really cool. I think they did a bang-up job on the head sculpt. And just overall, I kind of do wish this part was white instead of the gray. I don't think the gray looks that great. It would have been nice to have some silver paint again on these top shoulder parts. But overall, I can't really complain. So there you have the Kingdom Inferno and the G1 Inferno side by side. And they did a really good job as well. I think they could have done, you know, a little bit. I think if those were white and a couple other things, it would have looked a lot better. Again, this figure kind of lacks in paint as well. For another comparison between him and Grapple, we'll bring in the Earthrise Grapple here. Now, I do have my Grapple done up with Toy Hacks repro label, so it's going to look totally different. And I do think this Inferno figure, it does suffer from lack of paint and or stickers. So if you just take a look at them both side by side, you know, the Grapple with the repro labels, it really makes him pop out and really stand out. You can see how sort of just dull the Inferno is without any paint or stickers there. But bringing in them side by side, you can see the differences. First and foremost, the sides here with the little ear wings on the side. Of course, the head sculpt is different. Going down the body, not too much. Everything else is pretty much the same. And then, except till you get to the back, is with Grapple, we have the crane there. And with Inferno, they did resculpt it into the ladder, which is very nice. Again, they chose to paint this as they didn't on Grapple. So there's a few differences as well. This whole back piece here has also been resculpted there. You get a little nice detail there. It looks like some little steps there or something. So that is a little bit different than what they did with Grapple. And again, once we get him transformed into robot mode, you can see I did kind of cut these pegs down. I didn't do a great job. I should have just sanded them, but I kind of cut them because of that problem that we have. But it looks like they did remedy that on Inferno here. As you can see, the pegs look like they're a little bit easier to get in and out of those slots. So hopefully there won't be any issues with them pegging in like we did with Grapple. So there they are side by side. For the most part, they are the same exact mold with some slight re-decos and retools. So with just another comparison here, let's just bring this back a little bit. We'll put Grapple and Inferno out to the side, and let's bring in Earthrise Optimus Prime and to see how he scales with those guys. And there you have Inferno, Optimus Prime, and Grapple, and they scale quite nicely together. So let's take a look at Inferno in his vehicle mode, his fire truck mode, and see how he fares. Alright, so here we have Inferno in his vehicle mode, his fire truck mode. Let's take a quick look at him. And he does have all his accessories on. The gun does fit on, much like Grapple's does. And there you do have his hoses there on the bottom. And let's just take a look at the detail. Again, very, very similar to Grapple. The only thing that's different is really the ladder mode. And so this does, it does move the same as Grapple's. It goes back and forward, and it can do a full 360. Again, the only difference is this whole piece has been remolded, and it did come out really nice. I think the detail on this ladder part is really just exceptional. I think they did a really nice job on the ladder part. And taking a look at the other side there, and again, it does have the hose attachment there, and it just clips on. And again, I think that's really nice. And again, this part comes on, it can just kind of move. You can move it like this or put it like this as it's putting out the fires. So I think they did a really nice job redoing that part. And again, I didn't show you this on the robot mode, but these parts are just on hinges. So they do fold out for robot mode, and there is a tab and a slot there, and they just tab in like that on the sides. I didn't go into articulation either in robot mode because it is the same exact articulation as Grapple. And again, on the vehicle mode, the only articulation really is this back part with the ladder. And it can go up and down. It can move 180 like that and do a full 360. So again, very similar to Grapple. And this does retract. There is a locking. It's actually very stiff. This can go in, and actually there you go. There's a little snap there. There's a locking mechanism there. So it does lock. So let's just put that. It's very tough on mine. Let's just put that down there. So overall, yeah, it's very, very it's just a straight up repaint, kind of redeco of Grapple. Again, you have some nice paint on the wheels. And again, I really wish, I'm going to bring in the G1 figure in a sec. I really wish these were done in white. I think if these were done in white, and actually even the ladder in white, I'm not really sure why they went with the gray. Just kind of gives a totally different look to it. I would say that's my only complaint. Let's bring in that G1 Inferno here. And you can just see the difference. I think the white just pops better. It's just a lot more... I don't know, something about the white I just really like. So I kind of wish they had done the hose and the ladder at least in white. But there you do see the old and the new. I do think that it would make the figure pop a lot more if they had the white. I think just in general, it just looks nicer. So anyways, I guess you could always paint it. But to bring in Grapple for a size comparison and also just a mold comparison there you have the two figures. And they are the exact same mold with just some slight differences, mainly being the crane and the ladder part. But there they are side by side. Again, very, very similar. Again, my Grapple has the Toy Hacks repro labels on them. So again, I think the Inferno could use that treatment as well. I will probably pick those up for him. And there you go. So just putting Grapple down. And those pegs are a lot better, it seems like. I know a lot of people had some issues with those pegs breaking, but it does look like they remedied that. It's actually, if you can see, just saw that, it's very easy to get in and out of that peg there. So whereas Grapples, it was really tough, and I think a lot of people had breakage on that little peg there. So that has been remedied, which is very nice. And everything does peg in quite well. So we'll just put that down there, and we'll put in the Grapple. And we'll just bring in the G1 Inferno, just like that. So yeah, this has been Kingdom Inferno, Voyager class Inferno. Overall, I think it's a great figure. It is just a straight up repaint for the most part, slight retool. There are some differences. I do like the amount of accessories that come with the Inferno. That is a very nice addition. It does come with a few more accessories, which is nice. My only real complaint is that I wish they had done the ladder and some of the other trim and also the hoses in a white plastic as opposed to the gray. But not a big deal. Not a deal breaker by any means. I think it's a great figure, and I'm really happy to have a companion piece to Grapple. So it's very nice to have the Kingdom Inferno figure. So anyways, thanks for watching. This has been Matt in Japan. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day.